Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the 10 Questions About Interview series. We interview entrepreneurs, business owners and influential people. Today we catch up with Kate Muldoon, a business coach, a life coach and an entrepreneur here in Bendigo. Here's 10 questions with Kate.
I'm Kate Muldoon. Right now I'm a business coach and I work with trades businesses and healthcare organisations to grow essentially and to improve the little glitches that they might have in their business that they're just not as satisfied with. My first job, I was actually a paper girl when I was 13, and that funded me getting a pie and a Coke at the football on a weekend, and I sort of progressed through to doing multiple jobs in the small town that I lived in, which was a bit of fun. I pretty much did most jobs in Birchip, so I worked as a babysitter, I worked at the supermarket, I did some work at the local hospital, I also was a barmaid, and I did some work in the kitchen at the pub as well. So did a fair few things before I went to uni. What colour undies? I'm actually wearing white ones at the moment, a white lacy number. So when I was in high school, did I know what I wanted to do? Yeah, I did, and I didn't get to do it. I thought I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a podiatrist of all things. I cannot even believe that was on the radar because I couldn't think of anything more friggin' disgusting. But basically I didn't get into podiatry by a few points on what was an NTER then. I don't know what it is now, but I ended up in nursing. I knew that I wanted to be in health somehow and helping people because they were things that I enjoyed. And I knew I wanted to go to university. It had to be in Melbourne. So essentially my course picked me and I ended up in nursing. So what's my favourite book? It's a very short book, and it's called The 1 Minute Salesperson, and it actually changed the way that I think about sales. And I'd recommend anybody who's trying to start up any type of business, or whether they're service-based or they're selling a product, because at the end of the day we're all selling something. The profound effect it had on me is that whilst we are all selling something, it made me realise that I have to come trying to relate to the person and ensure that I'm meeting their needs. So you're not selling for your own gain, you're selling for the gain of the other person and the value that can add to somebody else. So The 1 Minute Salesperson is a really fantastic book. What's been my biggest struggle in life so far would have to have been the loss of my 19-year-old brother. He died in a car accident in 2010. And it probably was the thing that really catapulted me into actually doing something more meaningful with my life. So unfortunately, it shouldn't be that you need to be struck down by such a tragedy that you actually pull your finger out and do something. But that's probably been the biggest struggle for me, is moving through that with my family, and the impact that has overall, I suppose, on your life and how you perceive things. So that's probably been the biggest struggle. Who's been my biggest role model? There's been a few. It's interesting, I was only thinking about this type of thing a couple of nights ago, and what I realised is it's probably been a synthesis of many people in my life. So the hard work of my father and my mother. Dad's a tradie and he's worked his guts out his whole life. Mum was a mother to us for all those years we were all growing up. And what she did though is she actually decided to go back to school when I was in year 7, and she did year 12 when I was in year 7. So what she showed me, I suppose, is that you can do something that is out of the box and you don't have to just follow the steps. She didn't have to just stay being a mum and look for a supermarket job. She decided she was going to go back and educate herself, and she became an integration aide, and then she went on to do nursing. So Mum and Dad have probably inspired me the most from an entrepreneurial sense. My father decided that he would start his own small business and has continued to do that, and it's the thing that's made him the happiest. So yeah, probably my parents, which seems a bit cliche, but definitely they have inspired me to sort of do things a little bit differently. What motivates me is absolutely trying to find the potential that's hidden within every person that I ever meet. So I get a really big kick out of being able to help pull out of people what A, makes them tick, B, will help them to be more purposeful and live a life that they actually care about and fulfill the things that they want to do. That's what motivates me. That's what gets me out of bed and gets me excited, is how can I help this person understand how amazing they are before they can even see it in themselves. That's what gets me pumped. So what is the most common issue I see in younger generations? I would have to say there's a little bit of a sense of entitlement that goes on. So my generation, I suppose, I'm in my early 30s, we're probably on the tail end of the generations that still felt like they had to work fairly hard to achieve what they need to achieve. I'm not saying that you have to slog your guts out to achieve what you need to achieve in life, and I believe in a leveraged lifestyle, but I guess I'd love to grab hold of some people and shake them and try and steer them in the right direction, or help them to find their own direction rather than steer them, because everything's not going to fall on your lap. You're not going to be handed it on a silver platter. You need to put your big girl pants on or your Superman jocks and get out there and actually make a good go of it and try and find the thing that makes you tick and not just mosey on through. So, but you can probably sense a bit of frustration in me, but I can see that there is so much potential in young people that they don't sometimes make the concerted effort to unsurface.
Thanks for watching that video, guys. Make sure you hit that like button, share this video with someone you know, and remember, guys, be you, be the best you, and become the best version of yourself today. See you next week.